Hey guys, what's up? It's JR Cuber. Welcome back to Cubed for the month of March. Let's just go ahead and get started with this monthly average of 12 / Q&A. I'm going to be using the Angstrom Research Volk M. I've been solving a lot with the Angstrom Research cubes, and the Volk M is pretty much my favorite at this point. It's sped up quite a bit since that first video. I've been doing a lot of solves on it, and it's basically at a normal speed right now, and I really like it. So yeah, I've been using this cube a lot lately, so yeah, let's go ahead and use it for this average. So the first question comes from Mungo Lunchtime. If you could meet one cuber who you haven't met before, who would it be? So I don't know about someone that I've never met like at all before, but someone that I've never met in person that I'd really like to meet is Nathan Wilson. He's one of my good friends, and I've only ever talked to him online. And then as for someone that I've just never talked to in general, I would like to meet Oscar Van Deventer. I think that would be really cool. The Dutch cuber, what is better, learning a lot or practicing a lot? So I'm gonna say practicing a lot, but you still want to learn, but you want to make sure that there's a good ratio between what you're learning and what you're practicing. So if you learn something, you have to practice it a lot for it to get ingrained into your muscle memory and to start getting integrated into your solves. So you don't want to learn a lot without practicing a lot. But you want to be practicing way more than you're learning, obviously. So when you learn a new algorithm, you want to go and practice that algorithm a whole bunch, and then just practice that event a whole bunch to start integrating the algorithm into your solves before you learn the next one. Mad Matt, do you get a commission when we use your discount code on the cubicle? So no, but I feel like a lot of people think that I do, but I don't. That discount code is there just to help out you guys a little bit if you want to use it. You don't have to feel obligated to use it or anything like that, and you don't have to do it to support me. That's not really necessary. It's just a small little discount that you can use to get a small percentage off your order if you want to, but no, I don't get any commission from it or anything like that. Jillian Marcello, currently do you prefer speed solving or collecting more, and why? So right now I prefer speed cubing more, but it goes through different seasons, kind of. Like there was a time last year a lot when I was really into collecting, and my collection got a lot bigger in a very short amount of time. I haven't really gotten too many new cubes recently, and I haven't been interested in collecting as much anymore, and sometimes it'll go years when I don't really care about my collection that much, and then I'll have a small brief time where I'm really into it and I want to get more interesting and exciting puzzles for the collection. And right now I feel like I'm just coming out of a time when I was collecting a lot, and now I'm not really as concerned about it anymore. So that's kind of how it works for me. Swapple, hey JR Cuber, are you color neutral? If not, do you plan to be? So I'm not color neutral right now, but I do want to become color neutral. That's something I kind of want to do really quite soon, actually. I'm feeling like I want to start practicing it, because right now I don't really want to learn more subsets, and color neutrality is something that can really just be attained through a lot of practice, and practice is basically all I do anyway. So I feel like it would be a good thing to practice if I'm just practicing anyway. Even though it's not really needed or useful for me right now, I just kind of want to do it just to be able to do it, honestly. And I feel like in the long run it will be helpful, but I'm not really sure. But it's just something I've always been interested in doing. Luis DR Cubes, who is the first person you met at your first competition, and what will you do with your camera if you ever stopped cubing? So if I remember right, the first person I ever really talked to at my first competition was the Algorithmist, who a lot of you guys might not know about. She had a YouTube channel that was active quite a few years ago that was pretty successful, and she made really awesome videos, and she was probably the first person I really talked to at my first comp. And then as for what I do with my camera, I wouldn't get rid of it or anything. There's still a lot of stuff I'd be interested in filming and recording and doing, like filmmaking type projects if I was not doing cubing videos. So I wouldn't get rid of it or anything like that. Purple Panda 18, when and what was your first puzzle that you ever set up, and what lube did you use? So I'm pretty sure this would have been my Rubik's brand, but I don't, besides that, probably like, I think it was an old Alpha Cube. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but I'm pretty sure that was the first one. And I probably just used silicone spray or Vaseline or something like that. But I know Vaseline was like the first lubricant I ever used on my original like Rubik's brands. But other than that, I think it was just CRC silicone spray. Clash with Cavish and Summit, what is the cube that you never want to solve? So that would probably be the Petaminx. So I have a scrambled Petaminx right now, and I've solved it once and it got scrambled again, and I don't want to solve it. It's been scrambled for a long time, and I just have really no interest in picking it up, even though this fact that it is scrambled kind of bugs me. It's just too big, it takes too long, and it's too hard to turn. So all of those those things combined just makes it one of those things that I kind of dread doing, but I know I'll get to it eventually. So those are all the questions I could answer today. If you had a question that didn't get answered or a new question, you can leave it in the comments down below and I might answer it next month. So that was a 1231 average of 12, pretty standard average for me. Yeah, so this is a pretty nice cube. I'm really liking the feeling of it and the performance of it. The angstrom lube really gives it a nice feeling, so yeah, I'm enjoying it. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to this month's challenge. So this month's challenge comes from MIA Cuber, and the challenge is to solve a 3x3 into a super flip pattern. So I don't think this one's going to be too tricky. I'm not sure if I've done it before. I feel like I have, but anyways, I'm going to be doing it again if I have. Anyways, let's just go ahead and get started. So, here we go. There we go, 4303, not too bad. So yeah, then we just, let's see if I remember how to do this. Yeah, there we go. Get it back out of the pattern so you can see that I did it successfully. So yeah, there you go. So MIA Cuber actually got around 39 seconds, so she did win by a few seconds. So congratulations to MIA Cuber for winning this challenge. If you guys like to submit a challenge for next month, then all you have to do is record a video of yourself doing the challenge and then leave a link to that video in the comments down below. Anyways, that's about it for this month's challenge. Alright, so on to cubing news. We're going to be going through all of the new cube releases from this month as well as world records. So starting off, we have the Cube Style Carbon Fiber 5x5. So this is just a stickerless 5x5 with black carbon fiber stickers. Then we have the Cyclone Boys Megaminx. So I'm pretty sure this is the first Megaminx from Cyclone Boys. So I'm sure it'll be based on some kind of other mechanism that's been released already, but I'm sure it'll just be a kind of half decent starter Megaminx. Then we have the Cyclone Boys Feiku 3x3. This is tiled, which is something you don't see every day. Then we have the MF8 Sun Mum Cube. Then we have the MF8 Grills 2. So apparently this is a 3x3 shape mod, and it kind of looks like it's got some corner turning elements in there too, with like 2 layers of corner turning, which looks very complicated, but also kind of simple. Like I think I would have an idea of how it would solve, and I don't think it's that hard, but who knows? It might be very, very challenging. It would be one I'd love to check out eventually. Then we have a new 3x3 from Diane, which is of course pretty interesting. This is the Xiang Yun, something like that. I haven't heard fantastic things about it. I will be checking it out pretty soon though. Then we have the Hello Cube 3x3 Gear Cube. So this is just a Gear Cube knockoff, looks like. I would assume it wouldn't be as good as the Mefferts one. I've tried some knockoff Gear Cubes and they're all pretty bad. You have to design it pretty precisely to get the gears to move nicely. So if it's just a poor quality design, it's not going to turn well at all. Then we have the Diane Hydrangea, something like that. This looks like a semi-hollow spherical type puzzle, kind of similar to the 12-axis puzzle ball, but this one has some more like Ivy Cube type cuts. It kind of reminds me of that, so it definitely looks very interesting. Then we have the MF8 Heaven's Eyes puzzle, which is $130, which is pretty incredible. This looks like a very, very intricate puzzle with a lot of small pieces. It says it's 11 centimeters across, which is very big for a puzzle like this, but the look itself reminds me a lot of the Crazy Comet puzzle. I'm pretty sure it is exactly the same shape, just a lot more complicated than that puzzle. And then real briefly, I just want to mention that the GAN 249 V2M is now available in black plastic with stickers on it if you guys would like to check that out. I definitely want to check that out because I love the GAN 249, but my main problem with it was the slipperiness from the stickerlessness, so I'd love to have one with stickers on it. So then we have the Cyclone Boys Magnetic Cube, and then after that the Ninja Ghost Cube with a starry sky design. So this puzzle looks really interesting. It looks like all the pieces have been printed onto with this design. I'm not sure if this will make the puzzle more easy or more complicated. It seems like with all the different colors and kind of blend of colors, it would make it a little more confusing, but I'm not sure. It also looks really beautiful, so that seems like one that would be great for the shelf or to kind of display on your desk kind of because it looks so cool. Then we've got the Crazy Bad 4x4x5 cuboid. So this basically is just a 4x4x6 with one of the sides cut off, so it's like an eye cuboid basically, so it doesn't turn through the middle like a normal 4x4x5 would. It looks like it's going to be a pretty tricky puzzle to solve too. You kind of have to do a lot of algorithms even just to scramble it, which I think is pretty cool. Then finally we've got the Shengshao Mr. M 3x3. So this looks like another budget magnetic cube, which is really great. It's also Shengshao's first magnetic release. So this is only $10, so I'm really hoping that this puzzle is better than the Cyclone Boys magnetic 3x3 that I checked out recently, because that puzzle I didn't think was all that good. Hopefully this one is a lot more stable and feels like other magnetic cubes. So yeah, I think this is one I'd love to check out too as well. Anyways, those are all of the new releases for this month, so let's go ahead and move on to world records. All right, so on to world records. We're going to go over all the records that were broken this month, starting out with 3x3 with feet single broken by Daniel Rose Levine with a 16.96. Then we got 7x7 average and single broken in the same mean by Kevin Hayes. We got a 208.71 mean and then a 159.95 single, the first ever sub 2 7x7 solve in competition, which is absolutely incredible. Kevin Hayes absolutely deserved to get that as well, so big congratulations to him for getting that. And then we have square one average broken by Charlie Stark with a 7.56, and finally 3x3 multi-blind broken by Mark Boyanowski, and he solved 43 out of 44 cubes in an hour, which is an absolutely incredible record to break. The previous multi-blind world record stood for years. I think it was like 4 years, 5 years, something like that. I think it was the longest standing record, current record in the WCA. Anyways, it stood for a ridiculously long time, so it's pretty incredible to see it beaten. If I remember right, actually, the previous record before this was set right around the time I started Cubed, actually. I kind of remember talking about it very vaguely, so I think I was doing Cubed back then, so it's been a long time that I've been doing this. Anyways, that's about it for cubing news for this month. If you guys like to purchase any of the cubes I talked about in this video, the links will be in the description down below as always. So that's about it for this month's episode of Cubed. If you guys liked this video, make sure to give it a like, turn on notifications, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.